Blip, do you remember playing Zelda Ocarina of Time?
Well, I don't think a lot of people need help remembering. It was the first 3D Zelda game and an all-time legendary classic. For its time, it gave the player an unprecedented amount of freedom. The way you could move around and interact with the world was something to behold.
It was truly magical.
Mario 64 had come out 2 years before this.
And it too was legendary.
You had Mario jumping and flying around in a way we had never seen before, allowing the player to experience a fast-paced, non-stop action ride from beginning to end.
But for their 3D Zelda game, Nintendo would go in a different direction.
Gone was the high jumping and fast-paced platforming. In its place was a slower but more story-driven experience. A, for its time, unmatched 3D world. Everything from the way it looked and played, the story it told, the amazing music and sound design, all of it was on a never-before-seen level.
It pretty much blew away everyone, becoming one of the most well-reviewed games of all time.
Seeing the legendary status of this game, I thought it was a good idea to take you on a ride and reminisce about it.
Now, as luck would have it, in 2011, Nintendo released a remake. Hang on a second. What? This one.
It features a new look that's easy on the eyes. So, for your viewing pleasure, I will mostly show footage from this version. But fans of the original, don't worry. I also played that version and I will be making plenty of references, so we can get the best of both worlds.
With that out of the way, let's jump in.
The game opens up a lot like a fairy tale would. Navi, a fairy, wakes our hero up from a nightmare, in which he dreams of a man chasing a 7-year-old girl on horseback.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
Anyway, Link awakens and is summoned by the great Deku Tree.
The foreboding atmosphere of the opening makes way for this very nice and upbeat forest scene. We get to explore a bit, find our first sword, save up some money for a shield, and meet some of the townfolk. After we get a handle on the control in what is essentially the game's tutorial, we get to meet the Deku Tree.
He tells us he is sick with a curse. We need to hurry up, get inside of him, and clean him out.
What's wrong? Don't you want to be inside me?
Well, we don't mind the challenge and go inside the old tree man. Now, the Deku Tree is our first dungeon. It teaches the player some important basics, like how the jumping in the game works, and that for some puzzles you really need to think outside of the box and defeat the boss at the end. It sets you up well for what you can expect throughout the rest of the game.
Just from that intro alone, you can see how much effort the developers are putting into setting the scene. And again, the music and sound effects are doing some heavy lifting here. Almost every area has its own music to accompany it. It, along with all the visuals, really makes everything in the game stand out.
Now that we are out of the forest, Navi will guide us with hints every now and then. Well, actually, way too often. She keeps getting into your personal space all the time. But I was surprised at how vague the hints were. I think it strikes a good balance in not telling the player exactly where to go, but at the same time still giving them some direction, allowing them to explore the game by themselves.
Well, at least the original does not do that. Slight rant incoming.
The remake has these Sheikah stones. I understand why they are there, but I am not a fan. Because they tell you exactly what to do, and I don't like it. I think it undermines some of the core of what makes this game so special. The way I see it is that you are meant to get stuck. Not knowing what to do is part of the adventure. Because when you do get stuck, you go ahead and explore the rest of the world in search for an answer. And this is where the game shines the brightest. It gets you around the world and you get to meet all these NPCs. And they all have personality. Really, you get to meet so many weird characters.
Like this lady. She's just living her best life.
Or like these Dekus here, who give you a group hug because they like your mask. Even Mido, the annoying kid who blocks your path, has something of an arc.
Where first he is mean to Link, but as an adult, you figure out he regrets his behavior and is sad that Link left the village. If you just follow those Sheikah stones and do only the main quest, you will miss a lot of that small stuff that makes the game so special. It makes the game feel a lot more linear than it really is. And it robs you of the joy of figuring it out on your own. So in short, not a fan of those Sheikah stones. For this video, I finished the game 3 times. The first time was on the 3DS itself. I was so enthralled by it that it inspired me to make this video. But I also wanted to play the original again. So I did just that and made sure to capture the footage. So by then, I had finished the game 2 times. And the second time, as adult Link, I chose a different route. It was fun to see what I could get away with, like doing the temples out of order. Did you know that after the forest temple you can go ahead and do the water temple? Don't forget to get the iron boots though. Then the spirit temple, followed by the fire temple, and then the shadow temple? Huh?
Yeah, okay, it's probably not that impressive. Speedrunners are probably turning their eyes, knowing that there is so much more that can be done. But the point I'm trying to make is that I really liked discovering that stuff for myself. And the game allows you to do that. And again, for its time, this was pretty neat.
Anyway, for my third playthrough, I went ahead and went for 100% completion.
I wanted to see everything the game had to offer. And to my surprise, even after all these years, I still managed to find new things I had never seen before. Like those Dekus who give you a group hug. In order for them to do that, you need to have a special mask you can only get by doing one of the side quests. They even give you an upgrade. I never knew this. Or this area, in the Grado Valley. I had never seen that before in any of my previous playthroughs. But especially the secrets where you had to summon a scarecrow, I had missed. I just didn't know this was a thing you could do. There is this one time where you have to go back into the Dongo's cavern and summon the scarecrow in order to get the last Skulltilla. This one, along with the one in the fire temple, took me ages to find. But it was very rewarding. And on a side note, I found that Ganon was getting more and more creepy each time I saw him.
Can I help you?
No, but maybe I can help you.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
Now, if you are thinking about replaying or trying out the game for yourself, you might be wondering which version to play.
Well, the 3DS version is a great option, but there are a few things you should be aware of. First off, Navi is already quite annoying in the old version, but in the new version they made her go into overdrive. Because for some bewildering reason, they decided that Navi should give you additional messages, interrupting you even more than in the original game. Also, the Sheikah stones. I would recommend you avoid them if you play the 3DS version.
On the other hand, the 3DS really has a fantastic upgraded look.
They spent a lot of time upgrading the original look of the game. Especially when you go inside houses, you can see the difference. For example, take a look at the Dogs Lady's house in the original. Now look at her house in the 3DS version. They made sure the environment matched her personality. In addition to this, some rooms have been reworked to look amazing in 3D, like this room, where you find the iron boots. It just looks amazing. And the fight against Ganon in the end, the 3D here is awesome. It's worth playing on original hardware just for that.
Oh, what's wrong, little boy? Do you need an adult?
No,
I am an adult.
However, I still hold a warm place in my heart for the original version. Sure, a lot of people would say that the Nintendo 64 look is outdated. But the thing is, I just have a lot of childhood nostalgia for that one. And I know that might sound silly, but it is what it is. I still really love the old version. I just have so many amazing childhood memories with this game. But I guess, if that's not the case with you, then you might as well go ahead and play the new one. It's well worth it. Replaying this game reminded me of something I think a lot of games have lost. It's a blast from the past. Most 3D adventure games these days kinda blend together in my mind. They feel a lot like busy work. In my opinion, they often have way too much handholding. In most cases, they just have you follow an arrow on the map pointing you from A to B. And when you do deviate from the path, you often only find the copy and pasted objectives you have already done before.
It really made me appreciate this unique game and its contribution to gaming as a whole all the more. And in my opinion, Zelda, the Ocarina of Time, is still absolutely amazing. Please subscribe. Okay, bye.